All right, well, welcome everyone to week 7. We are here kind of continuing through the process of really starting to develop the techniques, the tactics, the tools, and most importantly, while we're doing it, to be writing and creating content. So we are in sort of the phase where really a lot of the early stuff that we're doing is sort of focused on learning, but learning by doing. So you're writing, you're creating, you're getting feedback on it, you're learning techniques. But what you'll really start to see is as you continue to do more and write more and get more and more feedback, you're going to see the pace start to really tick up and up. And today we're about sort of halfway through sort of these first month of writing, going through the techniques, and we're going to talk a little bit about where you are. So we are sort of in the midst of the sort of second phase of the journey, the big meat of it, this create content phase. We're spending about 10 weeks really just with the goal of creating a bundle of content that we can organize into a manuscript. And as we've talked about several times, the goal of this really is not necessarily to know exactly where it's going yet, to be writing in chapters or structured in plots or have an idea exactly of where the book's going, but it's to be learning and creating a bunch of inspirational content that you'll use to assemble into what becomes the finished manuscript. So that's really what we're going to focus on today, is a little bit more about how to use more techniques and tactics. Now, today what we're going to do for our session is we're going to spend a little bit of time speaking about our journey. We're a little bit through. We're sort of in the first 2 weeks of writing, which is described as one of those sort of points in time when you're going to hopefully be making some momentum, some learnings, but where should you be and where do you want to be? Remember, we're still only pretty early, 6 weeks of the 20 weeks to get to a first draft, and so where should you be and where should you be targeting yourself to focus? From there, we're going to start to talk a little bit about how to update our content indexes, and we'll spend some time to be able to do this one. This is something that I think all of us need to do regularly. Remember, our content index really is that basically to be thought of as that to-write list, that running list that's going to help you essentially be able to continue to update where the book's going, all the things you could write, pulling all this stuff in so that as you sit down to write, you've got plenty of things to pull from. Then we're going to talk about scribe writing, which is really that technique that we've discussed tonight, helping you get more conversational. We'll show you how to use some of the tools, and then at the end of the session, we'll break up into small groups in order to try out scribe writing.